David Halperin, I have a question. Former Senator Harry Reid, who pushed for government investigation of UFOs, recently tweeted, "We must stick to science, not fairy tales about little green men." Where does the idea of little green men come from?
That is a fascinating question, Martin. And it's one that's very difficult to answer because people who have claimed to see not only UFOs, but the pilots of UFOs, never describe them as green. They're often smaller than normal human beings. I would say actually normally smaller than human beings, but they're never green. So why is the little green men an indestructible trope? I think here, as with so many of the mysteries of the UFOs, we have to look not to outer space, but inside ourselves and ask, what does the color green mean to us? And here I feel myself groping through a dense fog. Every so often, we see green people show up in tradition or folklore. In medieval England, 2 children appeared who had greenish skin, and they came from a country which was connected with ours by a tunnel. And they went through that tunnel. And they claimed that in their native land they were Christians. And yet they clearly were not human in the normal sense of the word. Who were these children? And where did the story about them come from? Islamic tradition knows a mysterious man called the Green One, who according to the Quran became a companion to Moses and helped him understand some of the mysteries of divine providence. And I think it's in this realm of tradition that the little green men belong. Harry Reid, I think, was right when he spoke of fairy tales about little green men, but I think he was wrong to use fairy tales as disparaging. I think we are to understand traditions and beliefs about UFOs as part of the same fabric as traditional tales, including the ones that we call fairy tales, and try to decode their symbolism from that. I think, for example, that very often green is a symbol of rebirth. That after all, in the spring, the vegetation that was brown comes back fresh and green.
Sometimes another thing I think of is green can be thought of as you're turning green. It could be a transition to death or another side too.
Yeah. I think there's an enormous amount of symbolism that's packed in that little green men. And I think it's something we feel a bit uncomfortable with because we try to make a joke out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that most people, when people talk about little green men, they use it jocularly. But I think there's fundamentally something very serious about it. And I think that, like the UFOs themselves, the little green men don't come from outer space, but from right in here.
And are important.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nothing that's human is unimportant, said the old Roman poet. And I will agree.
How can they learn more? And would you share your book?
Yeah, the book is Intimate Alien, The Hidden Story of the UFO. It was published by Stanford University Press. You'll see me talk there a little bit about little green men and about other UFO beings. And you can get it not only in hard copy, but also as an ebook or as an audiobook.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin.